Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television. My name is Brody Hanna. In the booth with me, of course, is Richie Coy. And Richie, we are on an exciting short track here, Iowa Speedway. We're in corn country, and it's going to be a fun race to follow these truckers around here and see who can get it done tonight for the Iowa 150.
Yeah, this is I'd say it's a unique track, but it reminds me a lot of Richmond, just on steroids. It's one of these big sweeping front stretch down and a very straight back stretch. So a lot of banking in the corners. They got that paved sections in the corners, which makes it kind of tricky when you make that transition. But a neat little track here in the mid of America.
It's a really fun track. They did pave the corners, and it's really changed things around here. It makes it really tricky. You get a lot of grip through the corner. Coming off the corner, though, you leave that new asphalt, enter the old asphalt, the bumps. It can really upset the truck. We've seen a lot of drivers struggling in qualifying here, coming off of that new asphalt to the old asphalt and keeping the truck underneath them.
Yeah, I was watching during practice. A lot of guys having that issue, especially on that transition. It's very easy coming off the corner to miss the asphalt on the outside because of the way it's laid down. And if you go across that transition, I'm seeing a lot of these guys getting loose. So we're gonna have to watch that during the race.
Now let's look at our track description here for Iowa Speedway. Of course, it's a D-shaped oval, 7/10 of a mile or a quarter, 3/4 of a mile, I guess, around this track. It's maybe a little bit bigger than that, but it looks a lot like Richmond, but it drives nothing like it. A little more banking than Richmond, I believe, in the corners, and of course with the older asphalt and the bumps and everything. It's a little bit faster track around here, so we're going to see those guys ripping around here for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun for us to watch and hopefully for them to drive as they navigate this tough track here tonight. Well, let's look back 1 week ago at the results from Michigan. And boy, did we have a barn burner last week. I know you missed it, Richie, but we had quite the entertaining race last week as Jack Ritchie won by .001 at the line. Those guys raced it out off of turn 4, and Jack was able to get there, get by Nick, and steal that win. Second week in a row for Nick, finishing second. Great for points, although it's got to be hurting a little bit to lose these close races.
Yeah, it sounds like he's having another disappointing season. Leading the points, finishing top 2 pretty much every race. But yeah, I woke up to see that close finish, and I was like, man, I must have missed a really good race, and I hate that I missed it, but glad to be back, and we'll see how tonight goes.
Yeah, we mentioned Nick finished second for the second week in a row. It's a mouthful, but he does lead the points over Brett Gardner. Brett hanging tough though, 14 points behind, really close. Justin Gannon there as well as Jack Ritchie, last week's winner. Still on to play for as far as points go, and it's a close battle. Only 3 races in there. We've got a long way to go.
Yeah, there's a long battle here, but they got to be able to do something with Nick. They got to be able to beat him on the racetrack, because if he's just tearing up these racetracks, getting firsts and seconds, and if you don't beat him on the track, you ain't gonna beat him in the points.
And that is the way things work for sure. Let's look at the schedule here. We're at Iowa this week, 150 laps here tonight. The stage is at lap 40. I'm not sure why that says.
Yes, 40.
I think it does say 40. Yeah, I can't read. Then we go to Kansas, Daytona. We have the Super Speedway, and then Homestead. We've got some fun tracks coming up, a couple of 1.5-mile tracks, different from each other. The Super Speedway and, of course, the short track tonight. And then we go to a road course at Lime Rock. So a lot of fun races coming up ahead here.
You know, it's funny. I think I say this every time I go over the schedule, but it's such a cool schedule because it's just got literally everything from Daytona to Lime Rock to Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. It's just got a little bit of everything out there.
You mentioned that track. I love that track. We got North Wilkesboro on there as well. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of cool little unique short tracks on the schedule as well. Should be very entertaining, very fun to watch, and fun for the drivers. Well, they're finishing up qualifying here. Not quite done yet, but these guys have been put on quite a show week after week here in the Sim Racing Points Truck News. If you're interested in getting involved, check out FTSR.net. You definitely want to check those guys out. See if you want to come out here and run with them instead of watch them. You can get on track and compete yourself and see if you can stack up against these guys. Nick's going to be hard to beat, though, just so you know. And same thing for Brett Gardner, Jack Ritchie, and the other guys out here, Ryan Chapman. See how you stack up against some of the best out there in iRacing. FTSR.net will get you your ticket to competing here in the FTSR Truck Series.
All right. Well, then it is like you said, though. It's a stacked field, and we talk about it every week how it's a stacked field. But I watched Nick come into practice really, really late. He ran 2 laps and went top of the board second lap.
Yeah. Are we surprised? No, we're not. He's going to be tough to beat, but if you'll see our starting lineup here, we're going to do it in a second. You'll see he's got some competition. He's got some trucks to pass here, but they have finished qualifying. We're going to throw it to our starting lineup tonight for the I-150 for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. And starting on pole tonight in the number 00. His teammate won last week. He's looking to get back on top. Brett Gardner in the 00 Ram is going to start from the first position. His teammate in the 5, Brandon Minto, stepped up this week. He's going to start on the front row with his teammate. He's going to start from the second position. Third place going to go to your points leader, the 15, Nicholas Moreau. He starts in third in his Chevrolet. And fourth spot's going to be another Chevrolet. That's the 43 of Lewis Meglin, and another great qualifying run for him from P4. Fifth spot going to go to the other BBQ Motorsports Ram, the number 72 of Jack Ritchie, with the sixth spot going to Aaron Satcher in the number 13 Ford for Speed Demon Esports. Seventh spot is the driver you're going to have to always keep your eye on, the 17, Ryan Chapman in the first Toyota in the field. He's going to start from the 7th position. Beside him is going to be the number 9 Toyota. That is Marshall Johnson, last week's pole sitter. Ninth spot for the 42 of Kyle Milliken, got an early lap out there. Is going to start inside the top 10, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 50. That is Martin Garreau. Justin Gang going to start from the 11th position in the number 30 Ford. Beside him in 12th is going to be the 46. That is Simon Madigan. 13th for Robert Malikian in the number 16 Toyota. And 14th is going to go to the number 99. That is Michael Thwaites.
Christopher Harrison will take his number 12 off from the 15th spot, with Dave Nestor in the 36th rolling off 16th. Tony Solari in the 11 will line up 17th, with Field Miller in the 76th and 18th. Michael Blackner rolls off 19th in the number 22, with Austin DeMore to his outside in 20th. Joseph Burgess will roll off 21st in the number 60, with Alan Duranco in the 4 to his outside in 22nd. Ted Poland rolls off 23rd in the 95, with J.C. Evans in 24th in the 48. James Torrey will start 25th in the 6th. Brian Bliss 26th in the 8. I think it said James Torrey 25th. And Casey McMullen rounds out the field in the 71 and 27th spot.
27 cars take the field here tonight. Got a couple EOLs going to the rear of the field as well. I think Casey McMullen and J.C. Evans both starting from the rear. So they're going to have some ground to make up here. And so we're going to get we're going to get 2 pace laps here tonight at Iowa. Brett Gardner, hey, BBQ Motorsports back on top again this week in qualifying, Richie.
Yeah, they've picked up. I know Brett Gardner's had 2 wins already on the season. They've been up front. They've been battling with Moreau and Chapman. And Moreau, and believe it or not, Moreau's teammates with Simon Magnan. He's always been up front. You got Jack Ritchie up there. Aaron Satcher's been really, really good. We need him to finish off as strongly as he's been starting here. Marshall Johnson up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, BBQ, they're good in qualifying, man. They took the front row here. Brandon Minto stepping up. You said Brett Gardner's got 2 wins. Jack Ritchie, I believe, has a win this season as well. Now we're just trying to get Brandon Minto for BBQ to get the sweep there for the team. So he's starting up front. Let's see if he can stay there.
Yeah, he's actually had some good runs. So we'll see if he can do it. We'll see if Lewis Meglin can stay up front there as the pace car is off. Here we go.
Yeah, pace car peels off. Brett Gardner, Brandon Minto bring them down to the green flag. Green flag flies, and we're off and racing here at Iowa.
Side by side as they go down into turn 1. This is kind of treacherous on old tires. Hopefully everybody gets through here with no issues as they run side by side. We got everybody side by side coming off the racetrack, off the corner, down the back there.
So far, so good. It's everybody giving plenty of room early on here. Brett Gardner jumps out to lead. Nicholas Moreau jumps his teammate Brandon Minto for second.
Not for long.
Yeah, Minto fighting back.
Yeah, side by side there. Actually, close battle on the track with the 17 and the 72 as they head down the backstretch. That is for 5th and 6th.
I like the 72 running kind of a reverse paint scheme. Actually, I don't know. He's got some other colors on there too. A little bit different paint scheme this week from the 72.
Yeah, it's got some day glow. I don't want to say day glow. It's got some like metallic colors on there. It looks pretty good.
Goes down to the inside of the field there. I know we got guys in chat cheering on BBQ. If you're cheering on some other driver, let us know out there in chat. I know we usually have some watchers there for Ryan Chapman. He's climbing his way through the field. And others out there, let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching, and who you're pulling for.
I'm watching from my seat, and I'm pulling for whoever's up front.
Look for an exciting race. So far, so good, as everybody's kind of giving a little bit here, getting underway, getting those tires up to temp. Still some hard racing out there, but everybody doing a good job giving room so far.
Yeah, and we got Brett Gardner out front with Nicholas. The two of them have kind of broken away a little bit from third place runner Brandon Minto. Brandon has got Lewis Meglin directly behind him, and Ryan Chapman as Lewis is looking to the inside here in the 3.
Yeah, Lewis looking strong early on here. The 43 looks inside. Meanwhile, back behind him, a little bit of a check up there in 3. We've got some heavy hitters mid-pack. Justin Gann in 11th position, having to claw his way towards the front. Who else we got back there? Robert Malinky, and I think he'll be strong here.
Yeah, we're looking there's Michael Thwaite, who has a good run truck. Martin Garreau, Aaron Satcher, and the 46 of Son Magna are side by side up there as well with Christopher Harrison. And the 21 of Ashton DeMore right there. So a lot of good racing going on here early in the top 10 or just outside of it.
This can be a very fun track, Rich. You can kind of float to the corner, kind of go where you want. Bottom or top. I know the repave kind of brought that in a little bit because you can't run the very top, especially through 3 and 4. As you see Ryan Chapman going around for 3rd over Brandon Minto, or trying to. But that repave job, half of the track in the corners kind of limited what you could do there. I know some of the guys used to run the very top of the 3 and 4 and kind of get that run off the corner. I don't think it's kind of taken that away now with that new asphalt.
Yeah, I mean, I've run this a couple times now with the new asphalt, and it's it wasn't what I would have done had I had the choice, and I've not been able to figure it out since the new asphalt's gone down, because it's so much different than what my line used to be.
We got Ted Pullen spinning through the infield on the front stretch. He gets it righted, though, gets off track, no caution. He's going to be able to continue on, use that access road outside of pit road as kind of a runway to get back on the track.
Yeah, it looks like he might have got just a little bit loose. Yeah, a little loose coming out of 4. Down to
replay here. 3 and 4. Over 2 trucks in the front. Coming off the corner, you're right. He just gets loose and chases it down the track through the grass. And I think, yes, he kept it off the wall, so he'll be all right to continue on.
So I'm not sure exactly what happened. The last time I looked, the 43 was trying to get by the 5, then we went back, and Ryan Chapman was going by the 5. Now Jack Ritchie has made it by the 5, and Lewis Meglin has made it by. So Brandon Minto not going in the right direction here. Now Marshall Johnson is looking to go by him. So Brandon Minto sliding back a little bit.
He might be hanging on a little.
It's possible. Could be saving tires.
We got 150 laps here tonight. The stage caution, I don't think I mentioned it, sorry. The stage caution is at lap 40, as you see up there on the tower. So they're racing to lap 40 to kind of maybe get some adjustments here. Of course, Chris Harrison with some issues. Through the grass again off of turn 4. Keeps it going straight.
He was one of the trucks that I saw getting loose during practice. And maybe they just didn't get that truck tightened up enough here for the race. So hopefully he can do some adjustments during pit stops here and maybe tighten that truck up a little bit.
Joseph Burgess had some issues on the start there. He started from the pits, and that's the car they're coming up on. The leaders are. And I'll tell you, Richie, we're going to have a battle for the lead here shortly. Nicholas Moreau's closed in on the double zero, Brett Gardner.
Yeah, he's been there for a couple laps, and I don't know, catching Brett at this point and going by him, I don't know if Nicholas has got enough at this point. Brett's doing a great job up front, learning his laps, hitting his marks and stuff. But behind them, they got Ryan Chapman and Jack Ritchie, who had broken into 3rd and 4th, and they might be actually closing in a little bit on these guys.
They are closing in a little bit, which is interesting for sure. And you know how sly Nicholas is, and talking to him, he's very patient. He's just going to ride there. He's caught you now. He's going to formulate a plan to try to get by you. He's just very, very methodical. He's not going to make a quick, irrational move. He's going to sit there and plan it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And he could sit there till the very end and wait till just to the end of the stage before he makes his move. But we'll see what happens as he's still right there behind Brett. I'm looking back in the pack, and it's still kind of a hornet's nest. Justin Gann trying to make his way up through the field. He's up to the 9th spot, and he's working underneath Kyle Malikian.
Yeah, very close racing up the corner there. I think Kyle's trying to get underneath the 60 of Joseph Burgess.
Yeah, Joseph Burgess.
Here comes the 42 to the right rear quarter panel of the 5 of Minto trying to make that pass.
Yeah, the last I saw, he was outside of the or inside of the 30. Now he's outside of the 5. We got Robert Malikian, his teammate, actually on the outside of Aaron Satcher, a couple of rows back there. He's trying to make his way to the outside. The outside looks like it might be the place to be tonight.
Well, with these trucks, the limited horsepower, you can kind of get Aaron Satcher up the track there, almost into the side of the 16. Robert Malikian. It looks like the 99 Thwaites thought about taking it 3 wide there.
I thought I might see a 3 wide there, but Aaron Satcher going to slide up in front of Robert Malikian. We got Simon Magnan going up ahead of the 5 of Brendan Minto right in front of him.
This is definitely the hornet's nest right here. A lot of great racing, a lot of close racing, but it can be frustrating too if you feel like you got a faster truck and you can't get your way through, find your way through. That's where the frustration starts to build.
But also Demore now on the outside of Robert Malikian. That's for the 11th or 12th spot, as now Aaron Satcher's working on the 5. Ooh, the 50 just came from nowhere.
I was going to say, Mark Garreau all of a sudden from nowhere joins the party, gets by the 11 of Solari, and now he's starting to work on these guys here.
He's rolling the inside. So as I say, maybe the outside's coming in. He's trying to prove me wrong by rolling the inside.
Almost 3 wide there off the corner. It got a little loose there, trying to pinch it down.
Here comes Tony Solari. He's trying to make his way. So we got the 99 of Michael Thwaite gets a little loose there. Great battle.
I was going to say, these guys are not playing around. You got Austin and Moore there in 12th, Aaron Satcher in 11th, Brandon Minto in 10th, right in front of him. So this is the battle for that last point in stage points right now.
Yeah, and going back up front, we're not missing anything up front. We still have Brett Gardner leading, Nicholas Moreau second. We got Ryan Chapman in 3rd and Jack Ritchie in 4th.
James,
right there.
James tore through the grass in the front. We've seen that about 3 times right now. So he gets through the grass, but he keeps going, no caution. But Richie, you mentioned before you thought Ryan Chapman and Jack Ritchie were catching. They definitely are reeling in the 2 leaders.
And again, this is going to be a tough place to catch. You're going to have to be quite a bit faster than the guys up here, and we all know these guys are fast. So it's going to put a pretty good battle on, and it's going to be, I think, a little bit of a chess match about how you get by these guys.
Well, I tell you what, Nicholas Moreau all over the back bumper of Brett Gardner. I'm not so sure he's too interested in passing right now. He's just putting that pressure on.
He might get interested the closer that Ryan and Jack get.
Yeah, might encourage him a little bit to make that pass. And closer we get to lap 40, might try to take those 10 points for a stage win. So we'll see how that develops. But right now, you see Ryan Chapman and Jack Ritchie. They both have joined this picture. Here goes Nicholas Moreau looking to the inside. Is he going to pass him here?
Well, just like what I said, he's going to get a little bit motivated to pass Brett as the other 2 guys catch in. They're side by side down the backstretch. And this could be a good pass to the inside.
And then running side by side is just going to help those guys behind him catch as well. So you definitely want to be able to get this pass done. Although he's having a hard time on the bottom there. Brett Gardner able to lead that lap.
He got a little loose coming off the 4 there, which is the telltale sign of the bottom here. Is it is hard because you hit the old pavement quicker on the bottom than you do on the top.
That is true. Cannot get the pass done. So maybe he wasn't just riding. Maybe he's just giving it what he's got.
maybe he was riding, but maybe Brett was riding too.
That's true too. Yeah, maybe that could definitely be the case as well.
I'm going to wait for you to make the move, and then I'm going to show you that I got more too.
Yeah.
Tricky. Out tricking the trickster. Here he comes again.
Ooh, yeah, looks like Brett Gardner maybe got a little loose off the corner there. Opened the door for Nick to look back to the inside. Ooh, Nick enters a little higher that time, trying to arc the corner.
They are side by side. This is the best run off the corner that Nick's had going down the backstretch.
Just cannot get the upper hand coming off these corners here right now.
Here comes the 17 and the 72. I hear that Jaws music in the background. Oh, we got 3 wide coming out of the turn 4 here with the 16, the 13, and the 50 down the front stretch.
50 on the inside. Aaron Satcher in the middle. It's Robert Malikian on the top side in that old asphalt. That's going to cost him. He tries to hang there. Little contact from Aaron Satcher side by side there. And surprisingly, those two get a better run off the corner than the 50 does.
I don't know what's going on here. That's crazy. But these guys have been battling for 30 laps already. And just every lap, somebody's side by side back here.
They kind of sorted out for now. Taking wide lane. That is J.C. Evans trying to rebound from that penalty early on, coming from the rear. No, I'm sorry, that's not J.C. Evans. Who is that? That's Brian Bliss.
Brian Bliss, yep.
In the wall a little bit there too. All right, our leaders have caught lap traffic here again, so they're going to have to work through some traffic and battle each other here to the end. 9 laps to go to the end of the stage.
Yeah, they make it. They got another car in front of them as a lap car too. I think that is the 95 of Ted Poland.
Poland trying to hang on through the lap here.
Brett Gardner doing a great job of maintaining this lead with the fierce attack of Nicholas Valero. And now the two of them have seemed to have moved away from the 17 and the 72 now a little bit. So that pressure from behind has been lifted a little bit on Nick.
Gardner kind of caught that lap car a little bit of a compromising position there coming off the corner. Cost him just a little bit, but not really enough for Nick to have a shot at him.
A heck of a battle, and like I said, yeah, the 17 is back now. He's back almost a second behind Nicholas.
Yeah, those guys have fallen off a little bit. I kind of wonder if what you said is true. Brett Gardner had a little bit of tank too. They were both kind of riding. Nick decided to fire. Brett fired back, and now they're running away from third and fourth. It seems that kind of might be the case here.
It's possible for sure. I mean, but Nick is still. He's making him honest. I mean, he's making him work for it. You're going to have to hit every lap and not make a mistake. As Nick moves to the inside. Doesn't have enough to come off the corner.
Yeah, just kind of get that power down off the corner. These trucks with less horsepower, that momentum around the top is really important at these tracks.
Absolutely. And I'm still back here watching this other pack, and I would love to see a stat of how many times these guys have passed each other so far throughout the race. Because they keep going back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, and they keep going back and forth on each other.
Michael Thwaites gets around Brandon Minto for 11th spot. Austin Moore takes that 10th position at final stage point. Here comes the 16 Malikian looking to the inside of the 5.
Justin Gann has moved up to sixth position?
Yeah,
sixth position.
Up 5 positions from where he started.
Oh, Justin Gann started 15th. He's up 11.
I'm showing up.
Johnson's
5. Oh, I'm showing up 5 for Gann.
Oh, wait, maybe that's his grid. All right, yes, that was my bad. I can't even read right.
Austin Moore up 10 positions in that 10th spot, although he's got company now, Michael Thwaites. I mean, listen, I've been really impressed by Thwaites several races, man. He's a journeyman driver, man. He just gets everything out of the truck and shows up at the end, does a really good job most nights. If he doesn't get caught up in something, he's a contender for a top 10, top 5 every week.
And he's really working on Austin Demore as we have 2 more laps before we get to the green and white flag.
Oh, he takes that position, but just barely. But Thwaite's going to have to fight off Demore back to the inside here. They're going to fight this one out for the stage points, but you're right. We're down to 1 lap to go for this stage. Is still Brett Gardner out front. Nicholas Moreau trying to take it away. Just cannot get that bite on the bottom to get underneath him, although maybe he does
Nick's
here.
getting a good run. Yeah, good. That was the best run I've seen Nick get off the corner. But I don't think it's going to be enough, as I do think Brett's going to hold him off here.
Not going to be enough. Brett Gardner going to take a stage win. Barbecue Motorsports continues to cook here in the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Nicholas Moreau second. Jack Ritchie gets around Ryan Chapman for third as well. And there's the stage caution. Who got that final spot? Was that Michael Thwaites?
Michael Thwaites did, yes.
Able to hold off Austin Moore on that top side to get that 10th and final position.
Yeah, Lewis Meglin got 8th and Kyle Milliken 9th.
Yeah, let's go through
good run by everybody there.
Go through the top 10. Brett Gardner in first. Nicholas Moreau second. You got Jack Ritchie in third. Ryan Chapman finishes in fourth. Justin Gann able to get Marshall Johnson there at the very end to finish in 5th position. Marshall still hanging tough there in 6th position. 7th for Simon Magin, 8th for Lewis Meglin, 9th for Kyle Milliken, and 10th again for Michael Thwaites.
Yeah, good run by all them guys to get some stage points, but it ain't over yet. This is just the stack 'em and rack 'em. And,
Listen,
we're going to do all this.
A lot of the guys were talking about how tough pit road was and how tight the pit speeding police have been since the update. So I'm interested to see if they come out like they came in, or somebody ends up pushing it a little too far and catching the eye of the officials.
Yeah, so they added a decimal point to the mile per hour when you're going down pit road, and it is a little bit to get used to, and it gets a little getting used to for sure.
We got some going on with Nicholas Moreau. Could not get into his stall. He went too far, he backed up, and it wasn't enough. He had to kind of pull over to the left and finally find somewhere for them to service him. So he is definitely going to fall.
Oh, yeah, he's just now getting his left sides.
Correct.
He's going way, way, way back.
He's going to come out of here in 19th position.
19th? Yeah. Wow.
So that's going to be a lot to claw back here, as we only have the one stage break. If we go green from here, and it looked like it was kind of a green flag run, that he's going to have some traffic to go through.
Something happened to Marshall Johnson.
You know, he was the one driver that mentioned the speeding on pit road, and guess what? I believe he found the limit and went over it, unfortunately. Kyle Milliken also stayed out one extra lap, and he comes in this time by, and actually he just rolls. Was he just rolling through pit road?
A lot of strange things going on in this.
Yeah, but you know what? Nick just handed Barbecue Motorsports 1 and 2.
Well, Kyle did pit that time, and he took tires.
Yeah, but that's usually a penalty.
You're
pit
right.
The second time by, so. And you know more than most that ends up in a penalty.
Yeah, I tried doing the right thing one time, and yeah, that happens. So now we got Brett Gardner leading. We got Jack Ritchie second, Ryan Chapman third, Justin Gann up to fourth, Lewis Meglin fifth, Simon Maglin sixth, Michael Thwaites up to seventh. He made a big jump on pit road. Austin Demore is 8th, Brandon Minto 9th, and then Robert Malikian rounding out our top 10.
Some new players up front, some strong guys up front as well. I look for Justin Gann to be a contender here. Now he's got some track position. Ryan Chapman, he's made his way up to the second row. He's had a fast truck. Now he doesn't have to charge to the field to see what he can do. And we have some surprises back there. Simon Magin, Lewis Meglin, Austin and Moore, Thwaites back there as well. We'll see if they can do anything with the Barbecue Motorsports duo. As the pace car peels off, Brett Gardner leads them down. Green flag flies. We're off and racing here once again at Iowa.
Good start by Barbecue Motorsports there as they go 1-2 in the turn 1 and 2 here with Ryan Chapman filling in. But oh my God, there's too wide back there. Guys on the outside flying around on the guys on the inside.
And here comes Ryan Chapman. There's a dive in the 3. Can't quite get there.
We know Ryan's
everywhere.
Yeah, we know he's good for that fast short run speed, as he does make his way past for second spot.
Close racing back here between Michael Thwaites, Lewis Maglin, and Moore. Austin DeMoore, Simon Maglin right there.
Yeah, and back behind them, it's...
Oh, I thought that was a wreck. Austin DeMoore loose off the corner into the side of this 99 of Thwaites, and somehow they keep going. I thought for sure they were wrecking right there, but somehow he hung on to it.
Oh my! I was looking for the smoke and I never saw it. I was like, "What is he looking at?"
I don't think there was even smoke.
Job.
He got sideways, got the side of the truck. It corrected him, and they just continue on. Wow. Sorry, I probably a jump scare for everybody, but that I thought for sure that was going to be our wreck.
It kept me on my toes. But yeah, they're still side by side back. We got Aaron Satcher now. J.C. Evans, who did have it start from the rear of the field, is on the outside of Aaron Satcher trying to make his way forward, and behind him we have the teammates of Tony Scolari and Michael Blackner with Brian Bliss and Nicholas Moreau trying to make his way up through the field.
Blackner to the outside of Satcher there. He's on that top side. Now again, if it goes green here, you got to think about tires and fuel, but mainly tires probably here. I need to know what the fuel looks like here, to be honest with you, with this new asphalt.
I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody about fuel in practice. We should have.
Battle for the lead.
We got a battle for the lead, yeah.
Ryan Chapman to the inside. Brett Gardner trying to take it away. Trying to do what Nicholas Moreau could not. He's not going to get the run either. Brett Gardner going to hold that lead.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to pass Brett Gardner here on the racetrack. But again, we know that Ryan is usually really, really good on these short runs. And if anybody can do it early here, it could be that 17 truck.
Let me get a rough estimate. 85 laps is the fuel run for my rough estimate for my sheet. So accurate that is, but looking around 85 laps. We have 99 to go right now. So there'll be another pit stop.
Okay. I keep looking back here, and I'm seeing Nicholas back here. I'm having shades of his brother Fred coming back up through the field.
Ted Pullman off the track again through the grass. We're going to have to pay him for lawn maintenance.
Well, at least there's enough room to the inside wall there so you can go sliding through and not hit anything and keep going. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, he's doing a good job keeping it going, keeping it straight.
Just back here. It's back here in that hornet's nest again. Right from the Ashton DeMoore back. Which is like 10th on back. We got J.C. Evans, Michael Blackner, Nicholas Moreau, Brandon Minto, Aaron Satcher, Ryan Bliss.
Looking at the battle in front of them for 6th and 7th. Oh, there you go, 6, 7. I just realized I did that.
6, 7.
Michael Thwaites was trying to, and successfully hung on to 6th over Lewis Meglin. They were side by side. I'd like to see what you were referencing. Minto, DeMoore, Michael Blackner, Moreau's in this mix.
You almost got the word. You could have said mess, because it's a bit
mess, mix. Yeah, combine the two, because it's a little of both.
But I'm looking up front here, and on the first stint, the 00 and the 15 took off. And they shot out of a cannon, and they didn't have much of they had a pretty good gap. But I'm looking from the 00 back to the 43, and they're all within 2 seconds of each other here. So they're a lot closer on this stint than they were last time.
Every corner's an adventure back here for about 10th on back.
We got Michael Blackner looking to the outside of the 5, going into turn 3. Nicholas going, okay, I'm going to follow you, and we'll see what happens down the front stretch. Marshall Johnson has caught this group too. He was in the top 6 before the pits, trying to make his way back from a mistake on pit road, unfortunately.
Brian Bliss trying to get around Brandon Minto. Minto's going to hang on for now. Nick Moreau looks underneath Michael Blackman.
A little bit of a slide by the 8 there.
Yeah, you saw the same thing I did. That was the moment.
It was. It definitely was. And he was outside of Marshall Johnson. Now Marshall clears him. We also got Kyle Milken coming back up for his extra pit stop after the fact.
True.
So we got some guys coming forward here.
So maybe he didn't get a...
Brendan.
Well, we got a battle for the lead there. Ryan Chapman back to the inside of Brett Gardner, trying to retake the lead. Dives off into the 1 down the backstretch. Brett Gardner gets that run down the back there off the top into 3 and 4.
He's coming off on the bottom. He's actually got a pretty good run going down the front stretch here, but I don't know if it's enough yet.
Boy,
Side
it
by
just seems
side.
like they're so hard to pass on the inside right now. You have to be so patient. And like you said, you get that old asphalt first. That guy on the outside has a little more new asphalt coming off the corner, which makes it even more difficult. It really is an interesting thought of how they... Oh, we got a caution. Kyle Milliken. Kyle Milliken with issues in turn 3. We'll have to go back and see what happened to him. He's rolling now, so... but that's going to bring out our first caution for incident tonight, as Milliken apparently goes around. Look at our best one tire and all here. Instant replay. Oh, Marshall Johnson loose off the corner into the side of Kyle Milliken. And somehow that's the only truck involved, but Johnson getting loose off the corner there, smacking the side of Milliken's truck and causing him to slide sideways. Didn't even spin around, but slid sideways enough to draw the caution.
That was the weirdest half spin I've ever seen. He did it backward. He did it sideways. And didn't hit anything.
It was a good save for sure. It's going to frustrate him though, because again, nothing he did there, just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I did see a couple trucks maybe get together. Oh yeah, okay. So the 5 of Brandon Minto, 8, and the 71 of Casey McMullen.
Right.
Casey McMullen actually has some front end damage.
It's going to bring most of your front runners into the pits, although the top 2 stay out, a few others stay out.
Ooh.
Let's go back and look though at Casey McMullen. We'll ride over with him and see what kind of damage he gets out of this, as he's following Brian Bliss there. The 5 checks up when he sees the 42 slide, and the 8 checks up, and the 71 didn't get the memo. Our winner from last night, the night ago.
He did. Casey McMullen won at Pocono last night. It was a heck of a flight to come all the way out here to Iowa from Pocono last night. But you're right. So the 00, the 72, the 22, the 76, and Kyle Milken, our caution winner, all stayed out. So Ryan Chapman is the first one on fresh tires, and he's going to be restarting 6th.
I'm interested to see Kyle stay out. He had that long slide. I know he doesn't want to burn a set of tires, but you got to think that those things are probably pretty damaged. But he chooses to stay out. He's in 5th spot. Phil Biller stays out to try to save a set of tires. Michael Blackner stays out as well, and your front 2. Well, I said it should be 1st and 3rd, I guess. 1st and 3rd barbecue guys stay out up front.
It's an interesting call. I think they were hoping that maybe more trucks would stay out. And sometimes it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Well,
it may work out.
I mean, they are wanting to save an extra set of tires probably and maintain track position, but I kind of wonder what these new tires, how good these new tires are going to be, and see if these guys charge through here and overtake them. I don't know.
So we get 4 sets of tires, right, in the pits. So yeah, saving an extra set may come in handy at the end of the race, but these are 20-lap fresher tires. I have a feeling that we're going to see these guys on new tires go right to the front.
We are about to find out. As they're 2x2 down the backstretch, getting ready for the restart. Working lap 65 of 150, about 10 away from halfway here at Iowa.
We said we got Brett Garner, Jack Ritchie on the front row with Michael Blackner and Field Miller in row 2.
All right, pace car going to pull off. Going to come down to the restart. Brett Gardner, Jack Ritchie up front, going to lead them down. So they enter the restart zone. Green flag flies. Good jump for the inside of Brett Gardner. He's going to clear his second.
Jack Ritchie went a little bit too early there, and it's going to cost him as Michael Blackman gets to his inside. And now we got the battle here of Ryan Chapman and Justin Gannon.
No. Jack Ritchie, penalty on the restart. Jumping the start. Going to have to come to pit road. We got him sliding sideways beside him, though. As the 43 gets hit, as he slides sideways.
That all, oh my god, that all happened with Jack Ritchie slowing down for that.
Yeah. So coming across the track, everybody trying to check up, and I think he got to the bottom, but then they entered turn 3 and started making contact, and caution flies. I'm interested too, though, because Jack still decided to come down pit road.
Yeah, because it's not going to clear it under yellow. Oh, that actually I don't think has anything to do with Jack Ritchie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he got to the bottom before that all started happening. Let's go back and look at a replay. I guess we'll focus in on the 43 to start with, Lewis Maglin. 3 and 4. As they get down into turn 3, 50 gets in the back of the 43, turns him sideways. And unfortunately, trying to save it, comes down and clips the... Actually, they did a pretty good job not to wreck harder than they did. He got the side of Marshall Johnson, got him straightened up, and they continue on. Am I missing something? Because I feel like that's where it started with the 50 in the back of the 43.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 50 looks like he might have just overshot a little bit, and I'm not sure why that would be a caution, but it's definitely a caution. I think that's where it ended.
Yeah.
Everybody, no harm, no foul, kept on going, but the downside to this is that Jack Ritchie doesn't get the clear as black flag. It has to be done under green.
Running over Marshall Johnson through this, and the hole just closes. Aaron Satcher trying to get through, and Marshall pulls down trying to miss the 43. They do squeeze through there, minimal damage, but a little damage on the 9, on the 43, probably even the 50 a little bit here.
I thought I had saw Jack. I even mentioned it. I thought that he went too early, and he did, which is odd because they're in a voice channel together. They should at least be able to say go, and one went and one didn't.
Well, maybe they did. Maybe he's like, I don't want to get beat by my teammate. I'm going to say go, and then I'm going to go and make him jump.
I mean, I didn't think he looked like he spun the tires. He just looked like he went, and that's unfortunate. Because now that we have had 2 guys up front have unfortunate incidents, one with a pit road issue, and now another one with a restart violation.
The one guy that probably doesn't mind seeing this caution, though, it's going to be Nicholas Moreau. He's up to 9th spot, starting to carve his way back through the field. And they do have fresher tires. Remember, Brett Gardner's still on older tires up there. Same thing with Kyle Milliken, Michael Blackner, and Phil Miller. And they're still... Richie, they're still in the top 4 positions. Even in that lap, they didn't really lose any positions here.
No, in fact, actually, Michael Blackner had made his way past into second. Let's see if Michael has anything for Brett. I mean, he could have been playing possum back there, and now that he's got some track position, we'll see what the 22 Max Life Valvoline truck's got up there.
Just don't want to jump to start. Got to let the leader fire first.
That's it. That's the only rule, especially when it's inside-outside like a normal one.
Stay behind the leader. Don't be leading before the... Yeah, there's a few intricacies, but...
Yeah, basically, don't beat the leader to the green. That's all you got to do. And with the restart zones, you can actually beat the leader to the line as long as he fired first, which I like. But you can't do it if he's on the outside. So there's some other issues, but needless to say, pace car is off. We're going to have another restart.
All right, pace car is off. Waiting for the green flag. Brett Gardner leading, Michael Blackner second. Green flag flies. Michael Blackner being very tentative on the restart to make sure he doesn't get a penalty, and falls back, gives Brett Gardner a pretty good lead in 1.
Yeah, in fact, actually, Kyle Milken moves his way past Michael Blackner for second spot as we head down the backstretch. We do have new tires coming.
Milliken caused the caution 2 cautions ago. Now he's up here fighting for the lead.
50.
Oh!
Oh, Tony! Hello.
Something happened there.
The 11 around, the 50 around.
All right,
Must
let's
be
go
oil
back.
on the track or something.
My game glitched out when they did all that. Let's go back and look at a restart here.
Okay, restart.
Loose. And then the 11 gets loose. It gets hit, maybe.
Oh, no. I was going to say the 11 gets loose, but it's not the same way the 50 got loose. Aaron Satcher.
Aaron Satcher. Here's the green car that had to go all the way around the...
Dave Nestor in the 36. Trying to look with... Oh, that's close, too. Tony did a great job of locking it down. And the 5 of Brandon Minto just misses him. And Dave looks like he might have tapped the wall a little bit trying to get by, but...
I don't know why my game had a seizure at that moment, so we will never know if he touched the wall or not. You have to tell us.
I do believe there was a little bit of contact with the wall there on the 36, but I don't think it's enough that's going to make it too much damage. I bet you he doesn't even pit.
But Joseph Burgess gets a lucky dog on this. Caution gets back on the lead lap, and there goes my game again. So not really sure what's going on. Build week.
Well, that and I think it might be some internet issues. You just kind of...
I do see some
just
internet
kind of
issues.
Yeah, you just kind of voice-wise went out, so... Stream's still going. We're good.
May hear some rumblings in the background. Yep, there it goes, dropping again.
Oh my. You're dropping voice again.
Interesting.
Oh, there he is. I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure if I'm going to be talking over it. I don't know if it'll take you over me.
Yeah, I'm seeing the signal drop here in OBS as well, so it is on this end. So we'll have to keep
I thought Tony was supposed to have to.
Well,
I thought Tony was ding duck.
Gardner takes the top, green flag flies, and we're off and racing.
I think it's going to be pretty quick, and Ryan Chapman's going to move. We got Ryan Malickian, Robert Malickian in the 16 on the outside, took over third, going through 1 and 2 there.
In the lead, Ryan Chapman in second with those new tires. Robert Malickian in third. Justin Gann fourth. Phil Miller looking on in fifth position. Here's the battle for the lead. Ryan Chapman to the inside of Gardner.
This might be the one and only pass that we're going to get on the double zero so far tonight. As Ryan Chapman pulls ahead, but he has not cleared the double zero yet.
There's fresh tires working on the bottom, trying to get it done here. Gardner on the top, Chapman on the bottom. Chapman powers off the corner, clears. He's going to take the lead off of turn 4. Chapman to the front.
With the 17 up front. Back behind him, the 30 and the 16 are fighting side by side here for the third spot.
Malikian off of turn 4, going to take that position.
He's going to set his sights on the double zero here. He's not messing around.
All right, side by side for third. Malikian and Gardner. Gardner slips the third. Malikian trying to get that position as well.
I'm kind of impressed with the 76 of Field Miller. He is still in 5th place on them old tires.
He is hanging out, but now he's going to have pressure from Simon Magden in the 46.
And we got the guys moving forward here.
There's Fresh tires starting to pay off now. Here comes J.C. Evans looking underneath Phil Miller. 7th spot, that's Nicholas Moreau behind him in 8th, trying to follow him through.
Back behind him, we have Marshall Johnson, who's made his way back into the top 10 after his issues early on.
Thatcher hanging it out back here. 11th position. And Chris Harrison in front of him. Christopher having a good run so far in the top 10.
Chapman still up front. Justin Gann 3rd. Robert Malikian having a great ride in that Kyle Busch throwback M&M truck.
Everybody kind of getting single file now, single file out. For the most part, you're right. There's Malikian in that Kyle Busch tribute. He's been running it all season, and he's had some pretty good runs with it.
He has, and I have confirmation that the 72 has served his penalty. But he is now 3 laps down, unfortunately, having to have served that penalty.
He was really loose off turn 4 right there the last time by. Pushing hard. He's up against the wall again. A little bit off turn 2.
That was cooling down, which could make the track a little bit slick.
Side by side, Magden, J.C. Evans, right in front of him, Brett Gardner. Gardner continuing to slip back. And so Robert Malikian gets by him for 3rd. Now for 4th. Here comes J.C. Evans trying to work on him. Oh, J.C. Evans drops. There he is.
Drop out. There he is.
I'm right with you, J.C. I feel your pain.
Isn't he a fellow South Carolinian?
I don't know. Alan Dronco just jumped to the pits.
He was just on the racetrack. Oh, connection issue.
So I'm not the only one.
He was flashing crazy. Yeah.
Good thing I'm not on track. They'd have put me in the pits too.
Must be that new iRacing any route that they put in.
Side by side for
Any
4th.
Any route to the pits.
Yeah. Any route to a DQ. And I don't mean a dairy queen.
Wow. Oh, J.C. Evans blinking big time underneath, but he's underneath Brett Gardner here. Looking for a 4th spot from Brett.
He is racing side by side. Brett trying to hang on to everything he can and hope for a timely caution to get some tires back on that thing.
Got Simon Magnan right there. There's a whole freight train. There's about a whole train. Brett Gardner's about to be on a train stop because he's about to get freight trained by all these cars.
Boy, it's nothing more dangerous than racing a car that's blinking coming off the corner. You don't really know what he sees. Does he see my car? I don't see him. I don't know where he's at.
I'll be honest, it's hard enough to drive against cars that you can see, much less ones you can't see.
Right, exactly. Simon Magnan makes the pass on Brett Gardner, so he's up to 5th. Brett back to 6th. Now Nicholas Moreau, the next contender up, and Nick's kind of stalled out here in the back half of the top 10. You can tell that the passing is hard here.
Well, and last time we were talking about Nick 2 weeks ago, and we were like, oh man, he's off his game. He's back here in 11th. We don't know what's going on. And the next thing you know, he's taking the lead like 20 laps later. So don't count. If he's on the track, don't count him out. But right behind him, again, Marshall Johnson has cut this nose. Now Simon Magnan is side by side with J.C. Evans. Brett Garner's still there. Got a heck of a battle going on here for 4th on back.
2 wide, 2 woes. 2 woes deep.
2 woes.
Yeah, 2 woes deep.
What do you mean, woes? Meanwhile, you're not missing anything up front here. Ryan Chapman is 1.3 seconds in front of Justin Gann. So not missing anything up front, though. The battle is definitely here or not here with J.C. Evans.
Yep. Ryan Chapman's led his car number tonight, or he will this time by 17 laps led for the 17 car of Chapman. Justin Gann in 2nd there. Pretty good distance back. And Robert Malikian back there in 3rd. there ain't really anything going on in front of him, but behind him, he's probably wanting to stay away from what's going on behind him.
And there's a lot of stuff going on. Now you got Michael Thwaites up underneath Christopher Harrison back there in 9th. So they're side by side behind this package. Now Nicholas has made his way underneath J.C. Evans here, looking for 5th spot.
Great racing out there at Iowa. It may be frustrating for them, but it's some pretty good racing for us. A lot of side-by-side running. Those passes are hard to make, but man, they work their tails off trying to make them happen.
I mean, I'm really impressed with Brett and how I know he's sliding backwards. He's back to 7th, but he's really hanging on a lot better than I thought he was going to be able to with these tires.
Well, here comes Simon Magnin underneath Robert Malikian. He was running him down nice side-by-side with him for 3rd. Simon using, again, I'll mention it once again, they got that partnership with Nicholas Moreau and Easy Crew. Rumble Racing and Easy Crew kind of partnered up this season, and boy, it's starting to show off. These guys are fast every week, and he gets to show, man. You give them a fast car, they can drive. They got all the pieces of the puzzle together now, and they're starting to show out.
Yeah, Simon is often always up front, running really good, but I do think that he's picked up a little bit with that alliance, and he went from a 6th place car to now somebody I think who's going to fight for the wins here. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him in victory lane sometime.
If it wasn't for that pesky Nicholas Moreau, his teammate. Yeah, I know.
You take him out or something.
Let
me get one.
Starting to blink pretty consistently here. He's got to start kind of worrying about getting parked by iRacing with that connection flag.
You know, it amazes me. We watch one guy blink and then they take him off, and we're watching JC blink for laps, and they don't take him off.
How much is JC paying iRacing is what you're saying, right?
Oh, he got JC sideways off the corner.
He is sideways. But Brett Gardner's going to come back on him there on the outside. JC got to try to make that pass again.
Nicholas Moreau now working on Robert Malikian for the for 4th spot.
Well,
he's working.
We're starting to see 1st and 2nd start closing up a little bit here. Not really. But I will tell you this. From past history, I can tell you, Ryan Chapman fast on the short run, kind of suffers on the long run. Justin Gann, complete opposite. May drop back on the short run, but man, he's got a long run car. So I would not be surprised to see these guys kind of converge here in the next 15, 20 laps, and we have a battle on our hands.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. And as this is going on, I just watched that.
Austin Moore through the grass.
Okay.
And he comes to a stop and he's going to tow. No caution.
Okay. I was saying I watched Michael Thwaites catch and pass Marshall Johnson. Now he's on the back end of J.C. Evans, so put Michael Thwaites looking for 7th place here. He's having a good run here.
No, I didn't say I wasn't impressed by him for nothing. I'm telling you, you put him in the right spot. He had a good run, I remember, at Texas. It was very impressive there. Had several good runs. As long as he doesn't get caught up in something, he usually has a pretty good night. Let's go back and look at Austin Morris, who happened coming off the corner. I got a feeling we're going to see the same thing we've seen all night. Ooh, no. He must hit the wall there, I think. Slides across. Actually, didn't even really slide sideways. Just maybe decided he had enough.
Race was too boring.
I think I've heard that from somebody here recently.
I don't think it's boring. I think we got plenty of action on the racetrack. Now we got, I tell you what, Simon Magnin doing a great job here in front of Nicholas. He's been holding him off. Nicholas has been a little bit faster than Simon.
Block him, Simon, block him. I'm just kidding.
The 72, the lap truck of Jack Ritchie trying to get into the mix here. Oh, Simon a little loose off the corner.
Jack Ritchie several laps down trying to come back after that penalty.
Yes.
So he's not really in the mix for this position, but he is in the mix here.
Yeah, and he's got newer tires. He's got newer tires than everybody else on that he's around here, which is why it looks like he's driving by him like he's got a different gear.
Probably a little hot in the truck as well. Oh, he's left the corner.
Trying to say that somebody on Barbecue Motorsports is hot.
Yeah.
On fire.
He's probably mad. He's probably upset. Probably upset at himself for making that mistake. I know I would be, but sometimes that motivates you to drive a little harder out there on the track.
I'd love to be a fly in a wall in the Discord when that happened.
Brett, why did you give me a penalty, Brett?
What happened? What are you doing to me? So you were right. Justin Gann was catching Ryan Chapman, but that is kind of equalized. Justin about a second behind Ryan, and now Nicholas in third is about 3 seconds behind, 2.5 seconds behind Justin.
He's got that pesky 72 in front of him a lap down. We're both going to try to catch Justin and Ryan. Are we still going to have pit stops? When's the last? Let's look at the last time these guys stopped. Lap 62 for your leaders.
I got like Tony Solari at 72.
Kyle Milliken 72.
Yeah, so I think that was the last question, was lap 72.
But the leaders pitted at lap 62.
Correct.
What did I say the fuel window was?
That's what I was asking. I wasn't listening.
All right, Tony, let me look that up for you real quick.
Hey, at least I admitted that I wasn't listening. I think you said 70. Was it 70 something or 80 something? No,
85. 85.
Right. So it was just shy of running from the stage to the end of the race.
So 72 was the last, or sorry, 62.
Plus 80 is what, 147?
85.
That's close.
Ooh.
They got to be able to save 3 laps in order to make it, and
We did have some caution in there too, so I feel like they might be okay.
I don't know. That's what I said last night.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
I think we're in good shape. I think they'll make it here no problem. As much as the trucks slow down and the new asphalt, like I said, that number is from the old Iowa, so with the new asphalt, maybe a little bit quicker, a little less acceleration off the corner. I don't know, maybe a little more. I don't know, but I think we're in good shape. I think everybody's fine there. Now it's just a race to the end. We only have 38 laps left here.
Yeah, the laps are winding down. Ryan Chapman is happy that those laps are winding down, as he's picked up about 2 to 3 tenths. But I will tell you that Nicholas Moreau is coming. He is picked up over a second on Justin Gann.
He's got 3 seconds to make up on Ryan Chapman and 37 laps to do it. If there's 3 laps and 35 laps, do some math. 3 seconds, 35 laps, how much does he have to gain a lap to be there?
You got me. I have no idea.
Let's say let's do 35.
No, it's a tenth. So if he does a tenth a lap, that would be 30 laps. That would be 3 seconds. And he is a tenth to 2 tenths faster.
I was going to say he is 2 tenths faster, and I think it's going to get bigger and bigger as we go too. So I think he's still got a shot here. If we stay green, this could be interesting. But he's got to get around Justin Gann too. And is Gann going to catch Ryan before that? If they get to racing, are they going to be racing side by side, or are they going to slow them down even more? Like, there's so many factors. And you got lap traffic. You got if the caution comes out too, it just blows everything out of the water. Yeah, you can make your best guesses, but you never really know what's going to happen.
Well, and then you got a kind of and I don't want to say a spoiler, but you got the 72 in between Justin Gann and Nicholas Moreau, who is a lap car, and it is within his right to try to run on the racetrack. But as Nicholas catches him, how much of a problem is it going to be to get by that lap car?
Well, I would say there might be more of a thought to that if Brett Gardner was out there leading, but both those guys up front really there's no allegiances there. So I think the 72 is just running as hard as he can to stay in that lucky dog position and hope for the caution on top. That's all he can do.
Right, and right now he is, he would get the lucky dog. So Nicholas Moreau constantly a tenth faster than both Justin Gann and Ryan Chapman.
But catching them is one thing, passing them is another.
That is for sure.
Simon Mackin in fourth, Robert Lincoln in fifth, Brett Gardner in sixth. There, just hanging on to those older tires. Now, Brett Gardner, his last pit stop was on lap 42. He, I don't think, can make it to the end. Yeah.
He's going to have to pit. You got Field Miller also from lap 42.
Right.
I think they're the only two left that didn't pit from lap 42. Michael Blackner, I believe, pitted. Just double checking.
He did. Last lap 72.
Yeah. Yep. So the only two that didn't pit in lap 42 was the 76 and the 00. So that could be interesting.
Definitely good.
I'm still not convinced the guys on lap 62 can.
Let's see, 62, what, 72, 82, 92, 102, 112, 122.
What's 1012?
142. 147.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
85. It's 85, so 147. 3 laps short, but we had a few caution laps too, so. I guess we'll see.
Anyway, Justin Gann is starting to move in a little bit now. He's caught Ryan Chapman. He's within 0.8.
And Jack Reacher started closing on Gann, being a lap down there. And all those guys are starting to come back together.
Amazing how it always ends at the end of the race, that all these guys spread out and then we come back together.
Yeah, 11 truck's got to be getting pretty bored out there.
I don't know. He's been in the middle of a couple of wrecks that couldn't be all that not boring out there. Not that it was any of them were his fault. I'm just saying he was there. He saw them happen. Oh, 72 just right by the 30. And right back underneath the 72.
Now, why would you race a lap truck?
Well, I mean,
why would a lap truck race you? You can ask that question, I guess, either way, right?
Well, I mean, so I've always gone back and forth on this, and if the lap truck is faster than the guys up there, I mean, he does have a right, especially with like 26 laps to go, to go try to unlap himself. I mean,
well, that was kind of my
point.
Goes up, my first question, because if he's faster, got new tires, just let him pass, let him go.
Let him go. Yeah.
Let him go mess with the leader. Heck, the sooner you let him go, the faster he might get to that guy in first position.
Well, I mean, and it's the 72. If he gets up there and passes Ryan Chapman, that's a lap. Then there's a caution comes out, that's a second lap. And he'll be only 1 lap down instead of 3.
Oh,
just
no.
Like that, and there's a caution.
Caution is out. I don't see any driver noted for it, but the caution flies.
Maybe the 4th.
Man.
Yes. 43.
Let's go back and let a replay see what happened to the 43 here. Coming off turn 4. Oh, truck in the wall beside him.
That would be the 95 of Ted Pullen.
Man.
95 up the racetrack.
Our landscaper having more issues here tonight.
Well, this time he chose not to go through the grass.
Well, he would have if the 43 wasn't there.
He shortened up the 43 truck a little bit on that one. All right, we got people on pit road. We got everybody on pit road. Brett Garner. You know who was really lucky on this one is Brett Garner. He only fell back to 6th. He only had 5 trucks on new tires go by him.
He's really lucky because he was going to have to come down to pit road under green.
That too. Ooh, almost a collision on pit road.
Here's that
race off Ryan Chapman.
Just again, Ryan Chapman side by side on the road, side by side for 3rd as well as J.C. Evans and Nicholas Moreau. really close.
We said that it was a tight pit road.
Brett Gardner back in 5th. Nicholas Rowe might have been 3rd, so he's back in this one as well.
Marshall Johnson up to 8th. Michael Thwaites back to 9th. A little bit of a shakeup on pit road there.
Well, we went from a long run to finish this one. Now we're going to have a little short, around 20 laps to settle this one here in Corn Country in Iowa Speedway.
I'll be honest, it's not what I would want to see if I was anybody other than Ryan Chapman. We know he's got a super fast truck here on the short run. I mean, it wasn't too bad on the long run either. He had held the lead since taking it over from Brett Gardner there. But
I don't know how much he was sweating up front either. I don't know if he was sweating it up front for the long run or not. I don't know if he wanted to see this or not. To be honest with you, he might be a little indifferent because now he's going to have to hold him off on this restart. And we know everybody can blast through those tires here at the end. We'll see. Some of those guys may be saving tires on purpose. Some of them may just be good at it naturally. But we're about to find out who's got the short run speed for sure here as we get the 1-to-go signal on this restart. Chapman taking the top over Justin Gann. Nicholas Moreau, J.C. Evans, Brett Gardner are going to be your top 5.
Yeah, Robert Malikian still up front there, having a great race. Marshall Johnson back in the top 10. Michael Thwaites. And then we got Kyle Malikian and Casey McMullen rounding out our top 10 here.
I hadn't really said much about McMullen, but here he is in the top 10 late. Can he capitalize again? Can he go back-to-back, get another win here?
Well, and we're going to see that nobody's going to be saving tires. Yep. There's no saving tires with 21 laps to go. It's going to be whatever you got, you got.
Uh-oh. Cal Milliken drop?
He hasn't dropped yet.
He dropped through the field. He's not there anymore as we get ready for this green flag. Ryan Chapman going to lead him down on the start on the outside. Green flag flies. Great jump for Chapman. This guy's on the inside, a little slow to get away.
Yeah, so Simon Magnan had to start behind Kyle, and Kyle still has not returned. J.C. Evans getting a little loose off the corner.
Ooh,
and
3 wide back there behind him.
Tony Solari diving down in the corner.
Ooh, one truck really loose right there.
That would be the 12. That's Christopher Harrison. They're 3 wide down the front stretch.
And he's almost in the back of the car in front of him. Is that Bill Miller or Brandon Mento right there in front of him? Up front, though, still Ryan Chapman, Justin Gann, Nicholas Moreau in 2nd. Here comes the 16 of Malikian to fight for 4th.
Robert putting on a great job, great shot here underneath Brett Gardner. Michael Thwaites behind them, and then we got J.C. Evans and Marshall here. Brett Gardner does. Ooh, Michael Thwaites. Ooh. Brett Gardner dives underneath Nicholas Moreau. A lot of stuff going on here.
Brett Gardner up the track a little bit. Nicholas Moreau
sideways.
Michael Thwaites sliding sideways, hangs on to it. Going to stay straight. We're going to stay green here. Great save by the 99, but he's going to lose all that track position. Very unfortunate.
I hate to see it. He was having such a good run. Meanwhile, all that's going on. Casey McMullen has made his way up into the 8th spot, making it past J.C. Evans and Marshall Johnson.
So the fortune's turning for the 71 right now. After the win last night, Xfinity having a solid run here tonight. Going forward, going the right direction.
I'd love to see that. Meanwhile, you got Ryan Chapman still up front. Justin Gann only less than a half a second behind him. And they pulled away from Nicholas, so that was not what I was expecting.
I know Nick got a really good restart, looked to the outside of Gann, thought he might pass him there, was unable to make that pass. Gann hangs on and now starting to close in on Ryan Chapman here at the end. 15 laps to go, Richie.
He's right there. This is going to be, I think he might be pushing to the end here. We might have a race.
Right, a little bit higher, like a lane higher, especially through 3 and 4. Able to carry that momentum off the corner maybe a little bit better. He's got to deal with this dirty air, and he's still got to make this pass.
Looking back, if they got side by side, oh, Ryan Chapman a little bit into the wall there, going into 3.
And it's going to open the door at the 30. Again, saw that.
He's
Gonna try to-
loose.
Oh,
There's
he's loose in front of
contact.
him. Contact between the 17 and the 30. Spins the 30 sideways. The 15 goes by. He's against the wall on the front stretch. Caution flies. Our 2 leaders get together, and Nicholas Moreau slips through to take the lead.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. And we'll have to see what happened first. Did the 17 get loose first? Did the 30 make contact with him? And the best way to find that out is to go on board with Justin Gann. Let's do that in our best one time auto carry instant replay. Coming out of turn 4, 17 gets the gas down. 17 loose in front of the 30. And unfortunately, nowhere for the 30 to go. The 17 clips the 30 when he straightens out, and 30 goes up and taps the wall.
You got to watch that from the 16's perspective.
It was close for the 15 too. Let's see if we can find Ryan Chapman's on board here and see what he saw. Out of turn 4, just sideways, just gets loose with Gann right there, straightens it up and trying to hang on to it. Unfortunately, clips Gann and sends Gann across the track. I can't believe there weren't more trucks involved in that one. Everybody did a good job of scattering and getting by that melee. That happened at the pointy end, the very front of the field.
Yeah, I mean it was a great job. Nicholas Moreau, I would say that it was inches, but I'm going to go with his native measuring system and say that was millimeters, millimeters from away from getting wrecked. That was.
We made that
close.
joke last week, I think, at Michigan as well.
Oh, okay. So did anybody talk to him in French after the race?
No. Nicholas Moreau, we're going to ride aboard with him, see what he saw there. Those guys battling down. Oh, they come back up the track and he squeezes by. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, my goodness.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Man, Brett Gardner, Robert Malikian now 3rd.
Yeah, what about Gardner?
Casey McMullen up to 4th. Ryan Chapman back to 5th.
Gardner squeezes by on the outside, maybe a little touch with the wall, but he gets by that as well. Well, you have not wanted to be second place all night tonight.
No,
You had to restart. You had to restart violation. Now you're running second. The guy in front of you, the leader, gets loose and sends you to the back.
Man, I'm just back looking at the replay again. There was a couple of super close calls, but everybody did such a really good job of not hitting that.
That's amazing. That's a really good
But,
driving.
Ryan Chapman still came across the line in 5th, so he's still in the top 5, whereas the 30 of Justin Gann is all the way. He's actually a lap down right now.
He is a lap down, the 21. He did touch the wall on the outside, maybe getting some of that damage fixed, but this is short tracks, man. Sometimes I'm sure we're going to have some short tempers after this one. They're going to be upset, but really hard racing out there, and a mistake by the 17 unfortunately clicks the 30 in that. And here we are again, handing this to Nicholas Moreau on a silver platter. But we saw last week,
This ain't over.
Brett Gardner, 2 weeks ago, was able to outlast Nicholas Moreau. Last week, it was the 72 of Jack Ritchie, able to take this away from Nicholas Moreau. We're going to have another one here tonight. We'll see. It's barbecue versus Moreau.
Don't count out the 16 and the 71.
Well,
they were, or the 46. Ryan Chapman's not out of this. I mean, this is going to come down. We're going to come 8 laps to go, and it's going to be on.
Wasn't Nicholas Moreau in 3rd when this all happened in front of him?
Yeah.
Could happen again.
That's what I'm saying.
Here we go. Green flag flies early on in the restart zone. And Nicholas Moreau gets a great jump over Brett Gardner.
The 46 got a little bit wiggly there on that restart. Here we go.
Nicholas Moreau out to a pretty good lead there off turn 2. They're going to have to climb back in. Can Brett Gardner do that? Robert Malikian now clear for 3rd. The battle is for 4th. Ryan Chapman, Casey McMullen.
Side by side as they come off the corner here. Chapman trying to get back to the front where he was. Casey trying to hold on. Oh, Marshall Johnson think he might have hit the apron a little bit there.
We stay green right now.
17 battles to 71, and makes it past Casey, put Brian Chapman back up to 4th.
Here comes Magnum.
Magnum looks under the summer, yeah.
If they're going to do anything with Nicholas Moreau, they need to get on their horse now. They're going to have to run him down. He's got a nice little lead here. I think Brett Gardner's concern might be behind him right now, though, as Robert Malikian closes in.
That's what I was just about to say, is that Brett Gardner shouldn't be worried right now about what's in front of him. Should be worried about what's behind him. But M&M's truck is right behind him, looking for a place to go.
5 laps to go here at Iowa. It's all to race for, especially back here. Marshall Johnson racing Phil Miller right there in front of him. Brandon Minto, J.C. Evans.
Yeah, there's some really good racing going on here. Phil Miller back in the top 10. After being out on them old tires for so long, he's made his way back into the top 10. Marshall Johnson has hung out in the top 10 the entire night. So
I think Minto and Evans had a little contact with Morrison Evans up the track into the wall. Now there's contact with Mark Garreau and J.C. Evans.
He's blinking. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Side by side with Michael Blackner and Aaron Satcher behind him as Michael Blackner gets a little loose.
All these guys fighting for top 10s up front, though. They haven't been able to close in. Nicholas Moreau continues to lead out front. It's got a nice little lead there of 7/10 of a second over Brett Gardner in second. Robert Malikian still hanging around in third.
Chapman and then Sun.
We get 2 laps to go here at Iowa. You got Malikian, Chapman, Simon Magden, Casey McRoland, Marshall Johnson, Phil Miller. With Brandon Minto and Mark Garreau, your top 10, but it's been all Moreau up front. The seas parted for him off of turn 4 with that contact between the 17 and the 30. He took advantage. He's going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go.
There we go. I don't think there's anybody going to be anywhere near him. A shout out to Brandon Minto, who's made it back into the top 10. He had lost all those spots early on. Simon Magden looking for a shot underneath Ryan Chapman going into 3 in the last lap.
But off turn 4, it's been all Nicholas Moreau here on this final restart. Moreau going to come around and collect the win here tonight and extend his point lead after the win tonight at Iowa Speedway.
Wow, what an end to the race there.
Yeah, what a wild finish there. I know some guys going to be disappointed, like the 17, the 30. They were in contention there for that win. Got together, had issues. The 72, disappointment. After that restart issue, and Brett Gardner with that tire strategy maybe cost him a little bit of a shot at this one tonight. But Nicholas Moreau is going to be all smiles after winning here at Iowa. Going to take the checkered flag, do a little burnout, a little celebration here on the front row for the fans.
Nice. What a job. We had a bunch of guys doing a really good job tonight. Casey McMullen comes all the way from the back. Up a bunch of spots.
Yeah, he had an E-well start and clawed his way up to 6th position.
He did. But he did start 27th on the grid, so he's up 21 positions.
Yeah.
Field Miller up from 18th spot, so a lot of good runs tonight.
All right, well, let's look at our results here tonight for the Iowa 150, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Nicholas Moreau, your winner. The 00, Brett Gardner in second. BBQ still keeping him honest, but Nick Moreau steals one here tonight after the contact up front. Robert Malikian in third. Great top 3 finisher for Robert. I told you at the start he was going to be strong here, and he proved me right, so I'm happy about that. Ryan Chapman, after that getting loose in the lead there and getting collected with the 30, he finishes in 4th position. Simon Magden up into the 5th spot in the top 5. Casey McMullen in the 6th spot. We talked about him. Marshall Johnson up in 7th position, a good solid finish for him. Phil Miller in 8th, had an up and down night, but finishes inside the top 10. Brandon Minto in 9th after starting 2nd, so he does kind of finish off strong here tonight as well. And Mark Garreau finishes where he started in 10th position in that number 50 truck. 11th spot going to go to Aaron Satcher in the number 13 Ford. 12th spot for J.C. Evans in the 48, another one that came from the rear to finish up in 13th. 12th. 13th for Michael Thwaites in that 99. That late spin really cost him. or half spin, getting loose there. And 14th position going to the number 22 Ford of Michael Blackner.
Christopher Harrison comes home P15 tonight in the number 12 truck. Brian Bliss comes home 16th in the number 8 truck. Lewis Meglin with some issues there late comes home P17 in the 43 truck. Tony Solari P18 in the 11 truck. Dave Nestor P19 in the 36 truck. The 95 of Ted Poen comes home P20. Jack Ritchie with that unfortunate restart violation ends up P21 tonight. Justin Gann comes home P22. Kyle Milken 23rd. Joseph Burgess in the 60 comes home 24th. Austin Demore 25th. Alan Duranko 26th. And James Torrey rounds out the field in 27th.
All right, well, this is your finishers tonight here, the Iowa 150 in the books. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers tonight and see what they have to say about tonight's exciting short track racing event here in Corn Country. Will be, boy, that's a mouthful, and my mouth didn't want to follow me there, but
that was something.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, all right. Well, when we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers. How about that? We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
The best team.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Iowa Speedway, finishing up the Sim Racing Points Truck Series Iowa 150 here on Full Throttle Television. We're going to jump to our post-race show, and our post-race show always is brought to you by the Fine Line of Whiskey Podcast. Join the Fine Line of Whiskey Podcast every Monday night. Every Monday they review the racing action from NASCAR. They have a lot of interesting takes, some fun stories, and cover all the news and headlines of the week. I'm sure they're going to have some things to say about Bell after last week. Definitely want to tune into those guys and see what they have to say. The Fine Line of Whiskey Podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Let's jump to our top 3 finishers tonight. We'll start with our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Robert Malikian. Robert, man, congratulations on that 3rd place finish, man. It was a strong for you all night. They kept kind of falling like flies in front of you, and you kept passing them. You got up there 3rd, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we did a great truck tonight. It was kind of good everywhere. Short run, long run. Just a great, 9 out of 10 car.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you guys are finding that you've been strong in several races this season. It's been some bad luck that's kind of taken you out, but I even said before the broadcast, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit here. I said you would probably be pretty quick here. It seemed like I remember you being pretty good here at Iowa, and it certainly showed up. You guys in Elevated Esports have been been clawing away at it. And again, with a third place finish tonight, you just missed the calamity, missed the issues that were happening up front, and took advantage of it.
Yeah, that last caution was real close. We threaded the needle there. My hands were gripping the wheel pretty hard.
We
But
did. We rode on board with you in that, by the way. And yes, wow, what a piece of driving.
yeah, like I think all the guys behind me not running me over. I slowed up there pretty hard. I was just praying no one was gonna get into me. And yeah, we've been finding speed. Kyle's been making great sets for us. It's been a lot of fun after a rocky start there at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure, man. I love to see it. I love to see the Combos tribute out there too. The M&M's paint scheme. I know you've been around to that this season. Is there a story behind that other than the obvious reasons? But is there? I'm just going to give you opportunity to talk about that.
Yeah, I've just always had a lot of respect for Kyle. We were really sad hearing about his passing. He was the first driver my wife really got into, so it was someone we could really cheer together. We got him to autograph a jacket for us one time, so that was really awesome. So yeah, just a little bit of personal story there. Had some minor connection and always had a lot of respect for him on the track.
I think we all kind of did. We all had kind of, maybe wasn't my favorite as far as from an attitude standpoint, but he definitely had a lot of talent. It was a lot of fun to watch. I remember going to actual race, sitting in the stands at the racetracks, particularly at Bristol. And it was just fun to see him work around the track. So I can definitely relate to that as well, man. Love to see it out there, and you're giving it a good run, man. Third place, and we'll got two more to eclipse there to get back in victory lane. I know you've got some wins here, so I know you can do it, man. So I'd love to see you back up front here, and love to be able to talk to you again. I'm going to throw it to you there and let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, I'm just proud to get the M&M's truck on the podium, get to talk about it on the broadcast. Thank you to all the guys at Elevated. Love running with them. Just good group of guys, online friends that have turned into real life friends, and it's been real awesome. Shout out to my wife, always supportive, letting me take several hours out of the week to do this hobby. And thank you to you guys on the broadcast and admins for putting together a good league for everyone to enjoy. We get really good races here, and just happy to be here.
Absolutely, man. Love to see it as well. And Grace Irwin out there commenting, saying you guys don't get enough credit. It's good to see you guys back up here up front, and glad to talk to you. So not really sure what she's referencing, but you guys are showing up each week.
I'm not sure either.
Congratulations on that, man. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. There's your third place finisher, Robert Malikian, in that M&M's paint scheme. Richie, looking really good out there. Really strong every week, and finally had some luck go his way there and able to get on the podium. So that's good to see. Let's see. I think you're standing by with our second place finisher, Mr. Brett Gardner, who had an interesting night tonight.
Yeah, I'm down here with the old 00. Brett just climbed out of the truck, and Brett, man, you had a really strong truck tonight. Early on, all the way up past the stage, at least Moreau would stay with you, but nobody could get by you. Ryan tried as well, but then you didn't pit. Tell me about that call.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fuel strategy call, and looking at the lap that we were on and what our fuel economy was, I was not thinking that cautions would breed cautions, sadly. So I ended up getting hung out to dry when everyone else got to save their gas over the following cautions, and my whole strategy went out the window. So the middle of that race turned into a disaster because we can't keep it on the track, I guess.
Well, so yeah, I mean, you stayed out on the older tires, and only 5 of you stayed out, but you only fell back to 6th. You did a really good job of maintaining the damage. Then that late caution came out. You were able to pit with everybody else, and you did make your way forward. And then that last caution came out, coming out of turn 4. What was your viewpoint of that? How close were you to that?
Well, yeah, it got me there. Again, I did not manage to squeeze through that gap, at least not according to netcode. So yeah, my rear end got pretty smushed up there. I thought it felt fine. I couldn't get anyone to tell me what it looked like. So yeah, going into turn 1 and that first restart was I immediately almost had like a snap death oversteer. So I determined that the low line was no longer going to be viable at all. The second lane kind of let the truck just hang there no matter what. So uh, I kind of just did what I was doing on when old tires on the second lane to try to keep it underneath me, and it managed to hook up just fine. But evidently, very obviously, I could not catch back up tomorrow.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Is that if when you got that damage, you restarted second, you were going to have a shot, and then Moreau kind of just drove off a little bit. I was wondering if there was damage, but you did explain that. But man, I do have to commend you that, like I said, the strategy went off. You were able to stem that and keep the sixth place on the racetrack. You had your shot at the end there, so it was definitely an up and down night. Um, I mean, what more? I don't even know. Usually I say, what more can you do? But I definitely think you had one of the strongest trucks tonight. But fortunately, strategy didn't work out. Um, I don't know, man. It was just an up and down night. Tell me about the racetrack. What's it like? I mean, I've run on this track a couple times now with the new pavement. Are you liking the new pavement at this track?
I actually kind of enjoyed how it changed up a little bit how the entries and exits of the corners work. The mid corner is still kind of the same how it was, but yeah, tonight was also my first running of the new pavement on any of the cars, and um, yeah, I mean, I knew about the progressive banking. Like turn one is obviously the least progressed, but with that new asphalt and kind of how much side force the trucks have, the low line's going to be the fast one, but that high line's got to work at some point with the progressive banking. So yeah, I mean, essentially, once anyone got near me, I stayed in the second lane since that seems to be the running theme with the truck. You can't really get a pass on the inside if you have equal tires and equal trucks. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, the whole I'm kind of sitting here with you, unhappy with second place. I felt like I won it from the beginning. I felt hooked up, and then I wasn't smart. So it's kind of a bittersweet second. I'm not graciously happy with it.
Well, listen, before we go, and I thought Richie might ask you about this, but that restart that caught Jack Ritchie out, did you guys, I know you're
Oh
in the
yeah.
same channel. Did you guys discuss that? What happened there?
Yeah, I told him that I'm going at the beginning of the restart zone. Um, and I guess he thought we were further into it, or maybe I thought we were not as far into it, but he just jumped me there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't count us down or anything. I just say
Right.
this is when I'm going. Figure it out. And I guess he didn't figure it out this time. I'm couldn't go back in the replay to far enough to see, so I'm going to look the broadcast later, see how I went.
Yeah, we were joking. We said that you set him up. You didn't want to race him. I'm going to tell him I'm going to go early. I'm going to let him launch and get a black flag. I don't have to race him the rest of the race.
Nah, I need him with me. He was useless 3 laps down after that. Especially
Well,
with
I
all
mean,
the
he did.
crazy other black flags that he started getting because of it. He got an additional black flag because someone didn't
Oh,
pass
did
him
he?
under yellow. And then he got another one for, I don't know, something else. So he was basically just getting sequences of black flags because iRacing
Jeez.
couldn't figure out what to do under caution for us. So yeah, it's
Oh,
been a great
sucks.
week for him.
I've definitely had weeks like that, but overall, I know you're upset. You know, you're upset with second, and but I get the competitor in you. You had that race locked up early, but mishap happened. But fantastic job rebounding to get back to second. I'm going to open up the floor for any sponsors or any shout outs you want to do.
Yeah, just shout out to Barbecue Motorsports. Tough night. We'll definitely be back stronger next week, so be on the lookout for that. And then shout out to my buddies in the chat. I hope that they were giving some sort of entertainment to you guys. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Barbecue can't stop the sauce.
I'm telling you, man, they said you were going to be saucy on one of these restarts, man. So listen, I love it. I'm glad they're in chat. They're definitely cheering you guys on every week. So keep up the good work. Love to have them along. It kind of keeps us going.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you.
All right, there's Brett Garner, your second place finisher. Brody, I think you're down with Mr. Lucky over there. Nicholas Moreau, our winner.
Yeah, after 2 second place finishes, we thought he really fell off there, but he found his way back to victory lane tonight, man. Congratulations, Nick. I know it's been kind of a frustrating 2 weeks, even though it was really strong finishes. You finally were able to capitalize here tonight. You got that great restart, jumped out front, and they couldn't do anything with you.
Oh boy, where do I even start? I didn't get a lot of practice coming to it, but the truck was really, really good, especially in the long run. But the big issue was that right from the start of the race, my spotter software was not working. So I was battling with Brett, and it was really good battle, by the way. But it's not easy racing side by side when you don't know exactly where the guy is side of you. So when I came down pit road, I actually missed my pit stall because of that. Actually, because Sparta issue, I was trying to figure out where my box was. So yeah, I just couldn't find the right box. So while yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask you about that because I know we've talked to you before, and you said at one point that you think you were going to fire your spotter, your crew chief. I think it's your whole crew now. They wouldn't even pit the car.
Yeah, well, I was stopped. I restarted the program, so I lost a bunch of positions that time. It made the rest of the race a lot more complicated for sure.
Yeah, I did. You went to the back, but you put on the show for us. We kind of watched you climb through the field and got your passes done. So at least it was a little entertaining for you back there coming through the field. But you saw some of the stuff we were seeing on the broadcast. It was some really, really tight, really close racing out there, especially through the mid pack of the field. And you had to claw back up the front. But let's talk about that last caution because you were right behind this. Those guys racing hard. Looks like the 17 got loose in front of the 30, and then he clipped the 30 trying to hang on to it. He went across the track. You barely slipped through there. Give me your thoughts
Yeah.
as all that's going on.
I gotta pee. No, uh, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, the restart before that, I've got a chance to squeeze uh, with that Justin on the outside, but he got me in exit of 4. I have to lift off a bit to and hit the wall a bit. At that time, honestly, I was accepting the turns because I was not able to, you know, to be faster than them, and even if I catch them, it's very, very, very hard to pass at that track. So I was like, okay, I got the third, but yeah, um, that was close, man.
Yes, it was. What a highlight. And listen, you
Yeah,
and everybody else behind him did a really good job of avoiding him when all that was happening.
yeah, I
'Cause
was, yeah. Well, that situation happened to me a few times in my life, so it's 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 kind of expect where they will go,
right.
because when I saw the 17 going on that way, I was like, okay, you're gonna climb up, and you have to think really, really fast, and your reflex take the control. And I've got a very small contact because I saw a car contact on my screen. But yeah, and after that, I was like, okay, I lost last week by a splitter. Now I will take it. So yeah,
Absolutely, man. It was a lot of fun. And in my opinion, that situational awareness and that ability to kind of see things and not overreact in those moments where things get hectic, I think are kind of what separates the men from the boys at some point. Because I feel like that those kind of you got to be prepared for things to happen in front of you. And when you prepare like that, you can kind of make those moves. It's more of a second nature kind of thing. You're not having to think about what you're doing. You've already kind of thought through it and prepared for it. So again, another great move for you, and it ends in victory lane, man. So congratulations. I'm going to throw it to Richie though. Richie, go ahead and take it away.
I'm just gonna say SQ Tiport Tan Pantalon Marron.
Not again.
Yes, I'm doing French again. Basically,
yeah,
what color are your pants after that last? Did you have your brown pants on for that last after that last restart? Because, man, that was close. You had millimeters last week with winning. You had millimeters this week from getting completely wrecked.
yeah. But honestly, that bring like these races are fun to watch and fun to race with. I mean, I guess 17 and 30 truck are not happy with this hand, but this racing, and that was close for sure. And yeah, I couldn't say more than that.
Well, how do
I
you
mean,
say?
sometimes.
Richie? How do
Go
you
ahead.
say you win some, you lose some in French? Because that's kind
You
of what I take away from tonight's race. Listen, Nick's been beat the last 2 weeks, and this week it kind of falls into his lap. It comes and goes. It really does come and go, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't for you. Unfortunately, tonight the 17 was leading there and got loose, and the 30 was a victim of that, and kind of fell back. But he's gonna have some luck fall his way too, and you just got to fight through it.
Yeah, well, I would say that it's like you have to make your chance.
Yep.
Yeah, this is basically the main reason. So I don't know. Sometimes you have to let people fighting each other and get a chance to beat them like that. But yeah, so when that change comes out, take it.
Yep, you got to take the
Sometimes
bad
you
with
got
the
to be.
good.
Sometimes you got to be. Sometimes you got to be luckier than you are good, and sometimes being
Yeah,
good is
sometimes.
being in the right spot to take that luck.
Yeah, so sometimes I got beat with, a fastest truck on the race, and sometimes you win a race and because people are right in front of you. So yeah, it's part of the race.
It absolutely
Yep.
is, and you never know what's going to happen each week, and that's why we do it. It's very exciting, it's fun, and see what happens each week. And again, with another thriller tonight, Nicholas, you end up in victory lane, take that checkered flag, and kind of get that monkey off your back after getting beat pretty close the last 2 weeks. Finally, pretty sizable win tonight, man. So congratulations on that. I'm going to throw it to you, let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, I'll say thanks, Transit, Easy Crew. Thank you guys again, and thanks, teammates. They gave me a lot of feedback this week, so I appreciate that, and we'll see you next week, I hope.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats, and we'll see you next week.
See ya, boys.
All right, there's your winner tonight, Nicholas Moreau, taking home the checkered flag, Richie. And it was an exciting one from start to finish. And man, it was some great racing in the middle of the pack, some excitement, some action late in the race up front, some hard racing on this very tricky Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, it kept us busy up in the booth watching all the action on the racetrack. So I had a lot of side by side, a lot of racing going on, and I will say that is my last attempt at French. I am not a French student, so I'm not doing that one again. I tried. I'm not. Well, not good with the French.
You set kind of the standard every time he wins. You have to do a line in French. We might have to keep that going. I don't know.
Let's see if anybody has any comments out there. If they tell us want me to do French or not.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But man, let's look at our schedule. We finished up our 4 nights of racing straight through here. Wednesday being our last night in a row, but we pick it up back on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. for the Apex Racing O'Reilly Series. My tongue is twisted tonight. Sunday nights at 9 p.m. You definitely want to check those out. Those guys are a lot of fun to watch. Then we are back in action on Mondays for the Victory Fuel Cup Series at 9 p.m. Tuesdays for the Apex Racing Cup Series at 9 p.m. And then, of course, Wednesdays, 1 week from today, we'll be back in action for the Truck Series. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens next here for the series and for all these series here on Full Throttle Television. But that's going to do it for us here at Iowa Speedway. Nicholas Moreau takes home the win here tonight in the Iowa 150, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy that one. We enjoyed it as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For everybody at Full Throttle Television, for Richie Coy joining us tonight, my name is Brody Hanna. Thanks for watching along. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next Sunday, 9 p.m. for the Apex Racing O'Reilly Series here on Full Throttle TV.